Special guest this morning. I believe it's going to be Hannah Kaplan because NASA has a spacecraft that has been on a mission for the last 2.5 years to an asteroid collecting samples. Now that spacecraft is set to return to Earth. However, the trick is the craft will actually have to fly where Earth is predicted to be in the future, since this is not a clear path directly back to Earth. So joining us to talk this morning is NASA research space scientist Hannah Kaplan. Good morning, Hannah. Could you tell us a little bit about this asteroid?
Yeah, so OSIRIS-REx is visiting the asteroid Bennu. Though the visit ends today when we fire our thrusters and leave for good, headed back to Earth. What's really exciting is that we collected a sample at this asteroid. So we actually picked up some of the rocks and we are bringing them home in order to understand them even better.
Yeah, Hannah, I think that was one of the most amazing missions that NASA has ever done when you guys took that craft and landed it on an asteroid. It's one thing to land it on another planet, but I mean, what were the complications just in doing that?
Yeah, it took a lot of work. A number of engineers were on this problem because first we had to get really, really close to the asteroid, and then we had to find a place where we could actually touch down. And the asteroid is covered in giant boulders, many of them the size of buildings. So we had to find a safe place to collect our sample from, which took a lot of work by the team, but we feel very confident that we were successful in doing so. And we now have a sample coming home with us.
So it's actually going to be lifting off today from this asteroid. And how long is it going to take to come back? And like I mentioned earlier, I mean, obviously it's not going to come, it's not straight back because we have to predict where Earth is going to be by the time it makes it back. So that's where we have to program, I guess, the craft to come to.
Yeah, so unfortunately for all of the very excited scientists here on Earth, it does take a couple of years. We will be dropping the sample on September 24th, 2023 in Utah. So that is when you can expect the sample to come back with us to Earth.
Yeah, I tell you what, and we've never had anything come back from an asteroid before, so this is going to be kind of neat. What are you guys expecting to see from this asteroid?
Yeah, so one of the cool parts about this mission is that we actually spent a lot of time orbiting the asteroid before we picked up the sample. So we have some sense of the material that we're bringing back. And we think that this asteroid and the sample that's coming back contains some organic material potentially. And so this isn't like life, bacteria, nothing like that, but it could tell us something about the organics that may have once formed life on Earth. So that's really exciting.
Absolutely it is. Okay, now Hannah, if people want to check this out later on today, is there a place we can see this? Yeah,
you can tune in at 4 p.m. to nasa.gov/live to catch us leaving the asteroid today.
Okay, is that 4 p.m. Eastern time?
That is correct.
Okay, so it'd be 3 p.m. Central time here, so we could check it out. And again, it's nasa.gov, right?
Yeah, nasa.gov/live.
Oh, that sounds wonderful. Can't wait to check that out. Hannah Kaplan, thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you.
Good luck with the mission, guys.